So where am I? Motorbike museums, water features, and Chinese tourists. No, I'm not in South Shields. I'm not even in Southampton. I just happen to be in South Africa. It's a fantastic place for a holiday, but on today's programme, we're going to talk about an increasingly popular trend among us bikers: touring in exotic places. I'm in South Africa, riding through Limpopo, in the north of the country. I've just hooked up with an experienced guide, Alex Jackson, and he's going to tell me all about the latest trends in bike touring. Alex, I think the big question when you're choosing your ride of a lifetime, do you do a guided tour, right, or self-guided?
There's a mixture of both. There's a lot of people that come out and do it by themselves because that's the way they like to travel. There's a lot of people that will choose the tour companies to do it with because they like the social aspect of the group riding. Alex's tour groups range from 4 bikes to parties of up to 12 people, pillion passengers included. But to quote the existentialist philosopher and keen cyclist Jean-Paul Sartre, for me, hell is other people. I've always been really worried about doing tours because I turn up with a load of people I don't know. I know exactly what you're saying because that's a fear that a lot of people have, but you have to remember most people that do touring, especially group touring, don't just do it once. They go all over the world and they go with groups because they like that atmosphere and they're quite gregarious types of people. We've got people that have come on their tours and they're friends for life now. You do have to be careful on South Africa's roads. It has marginally fewer accidents than the average for the rest of the continent, but with 11 million licensed drivers and just 75,000 miles of road, even the outback is surprisingly busy. Tell me about abilities when people come on a tour, because there's a lot of people probably watching this thinking, oh, I don't ride well enough to go on a tour, and perhaps there might be a little bit of off-roading. Okay, so everything that I will ask a client to ride, I have already ridden. This is not extreme enduro. This is a motorcycle holiday. You're coming away to enjoy yourself. You don't want to be totally stressed out and laying awake the night before you go to do the ride the next day, worrying about whether you're going to come off again. Yeah. You know, this is, well, not come off again, but to come off in the first place. We're both on dual sport KTMs. They're equally at home on or off-road, and the riding position is perfect for touring. There are now several online companies who offer guided tours of South Africa, but if you're a first-timer, it's not always easy to work out who to go with. For me, the key thing is not the bike but the guide, and the only way to get a good one is to go offline, visit trade shows and bike shows, and meet the organisers directly. Do make sure the people you're meeting at those shows are the people that are going to take you on that tour, and they're not just salespeople. Make sure they've at least been on it and they can give you a real perspective of what the tour's like. So far we've stuck to the tarmac, but Alex has promised me a little bit of dirt riding. I can't wait. So welcome back. We're continuing our tour of South Africa. Well, I say that, Alex is having a bit of lunch. Meantime, I want to show you something quite incredible that's here in the middle of nowhere. This is 24 degrees south, a fantastic pit stop on the R531, a regional road that takes you close to the Kruger National Park. You can eat here, shop here, sleep here, or go to the spa. But there's something else that's got my juices running. Check this out. In the middle of nowhere, a motorcycle museum. Can you imagine? Suzuki RG500s, GSXs, XT500s, and rare Yamaha Teneries. A lovely array of 80s Hondas. Would you ever think you'd see a plastic maggot in South Africa
here away from, well, everywhere. God, it's amazing. Oh, it's a CBX. It is quite incredible what you find on the road. And also it sums up my thing about touring, which is don't book everything in advance, to the day, to the hour. You never know what you're going to find. I just wouldn't expect something like this on our little tour today, but we've got half an hour to immerse ourselves in it.
24 Degrees South has been open in its present form for just 4 years, but it already attracts 20,000 visitors a year. The Bike Museum is free to visit and is regularly refreshed with new models and, dare I mention it, classic cars. So where does this fabulous collection come from? I tracked down curator Kevin to find out.
How come there's a motorcycle collection here?
Well, not really a long story, but a very good friend of mine from Gabon, Xavier, this is his private collection. We've been mates for many, many years, and he's slowly investing in the area, and there's a huge passion for collectibles and classic bikes and cars, and over the years, as he's been collecting, he has a storage space. So I said to him, this is something, yeah, let's build something and let's put them here and let's create another attraction for the area. And he's done just that, and this is what we've come up with. We're still growing it, and it's still going to move on.
But is there a big biking scene here?
Oh, it's huge.
Is
huge.
it?
As you would know through your travels around South Africa, it's huge, it's massive. And it seems to be growing, particularly the adventure biking side. There's a lot of great off-road roads that we all ride, even into Mozambique and Zimbabwe, Lesotho, Botswana, Namibia, fantastic rides throughout the country.
And what about classic bikes and that kind of stuff? Is there a big following for those or not so much?
There is. I think the collectibles, there is a following, and we do get guys coming through here. But more, there seems to be a bigger crowd following the collectible cars, the classic cars, more than the bikes.
Well,
but
yeah.
It's still a big industry, yeah.
We don't want to let the classic
No,
car
no, no,
guys
no,
know
no.
about classic bikes, right?
No, we'll spoil
Because
it.
we want to have the pickings for ourselves,
Exactly.
thanks very much.
So that we've tried to focus on that.
But it is amazing, and what's wonderful for me is to, wherever you go in the world, you know, there are people with the same passion as me, you know, collecting and riding motorcycles.
No, we love it.
Even here, where it's the last place I'd think I'd find a collection.
Of the bush, in the Grada Canyon, Kruger Park, this is our home, and this is where we ride.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we love it.
Local bike clubs regularly visit, and it's now becoming a stopping point for bike and car rallies.
I think this collection is a revelation. Unbelievable. Now look, up till now, we've been on tarmac, but when we come back, we're going to do a little bit of off-roading.
I'm in South Africa, coming to the end of my latest bike tour. It's a country with over 1,600 homegrown motorbike clubs, and with roads and landscapes like this, it's easy to see why. So far, we've stuck to tarmac, but now I'm in for something really special.
We thought we might do a little bit of off-road now, but with a difference. Now, why?
This is what you might term a motorcycle safari. This is not about motorcycling. This is about going to spot the wildlife from the seat of your motorcycle.
So chocks away, but we're going to keep it nice and gentle. This is the Mohololo Game Reserve, 4,500 hectares of pristine wilderness at the base of the Drakensberg Mountains.
Alex, this is amazing, man. Unbelievable. Really?
Motorcycles and wildlife, the perfect combination.
I'd thought that we'd be roaring around the dirt, but that would miss the point.
If you're pinning it through the bush, you just don't see it or even begin to understand it. It's kind of like an eco tour, Alex. So us bikers can be bean eaters too.
The scenery is stunning, and it's not long before we see some uniquely African wildlife, though not quite what I was expecting.
Now look, right, we've stopped because of that small tortoise over there. Talk to me about him.
That's a leopard tortoise.
Leopard tortoise?
Yeah.
Does it growl?
Maybe, I've never got close. Being a leopard tortoise is far too dangerous. But leopard tortoise is known as one of the little five as well. Everybody knows about the big five: the elephant, the rhinos, the buffaloes, the lions, the leopards. Okay, but the little five are just as interesting. So now we've got a leopard tortoise, you know, we've got a buffalo weaver, which is a bird. We've got an elephant shrew.
And talking of miniature wonders, just take a look at Tommy the tortoise's mate. What is that? That's a massive millipede.
It is indeed a millipede. It's known locally as a shongololo.
A what?
Shongololo.
I'll try and pronounce that, a shongololo. But it's huge, man. Does it bite?
Only if you get really close.
I won't get really close.
It's a harmless insect. It's a millipede. It's cool.
How cool is that? Also, I just saw over there's some termite mounds. Yeah,
Yep.
there's your huge blocks of flats for small people.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you see how big that is now. That must be 2 meters high.
Yeah.
But you imagine a termite is, what, centimetre-ish, you know? And the millions and millions and millions.
These miniature marvels are marvellous, but what about the big stuff? Now look, right, Alex has said to me that we're on our way to see some hippo. I think you're lying.
I didn't say we're going to see lions. I said we're going to see hippos.
I'm not so sure. We're definitely not doing any hard off-roading, but in a funny kind of way, the riding is almost as tricky. And actually, you know what? You learn more about bike control off-road at slow speed.
You certainly do.
Lots of back brake, lots of clutch and back brake.
But you see the importance of going slowly in here.
Yeah. Well, look, man, as I always say, it's all about the journey.
Yeah. You could so easily miss something.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. The first dual sport bikes came out in the 1990s and revolutionised bike touring. Our KTMs really are as comfortable with the rough as with the smooth. The scenery remains stunning, and just as he promised, Alex has saved the best till last. Well, we've done our game drive. That was cool enough. But now, just to top it all off, we're here with some hippos. Alex, I thought you were joking.
This is why we do this, okay? Because what a stunning sight. But I have to tell you, and I'm just going to stop talking about them for a second. This is a super special day, because right over in the trees, in the tree there, you can see the two black and white birds, African fish eagles. I have to tell you, their sound is my favourite sound of the bush.
So talk to me about the hippos here. I mean, they're just a little family, are they?
Yeah, these will be there. You probably see the one at the back there. That will be the bull. He's the guy with a big head.
Yeah.
He can be 13 feet long, 5 feet tall, maybe up to 3.5 tons.
Wow, really?
So you're talking Land Cruiser size, you know?
Land Cruisers.
Yeah.
Do you know what, it's amazing, right? When we set off, I thought, I was quite hoping to go sort of quite quick through the bush and all that kind of stuff. But actually, pootling along on a game safari, you see, it's very easy when you're doing like 70 miles an hour on dirt or something. You're not really concentrating really on where you are, right? You're concentrating obviously miles ahead on the road and actually enjoying riding the bike quick. But to do a game safari,
I mean,
you know, we're learning about our environment as well, man. That's got to be fantastic.
It's great. I mean, the bike this is a relatively new thing. In fact, I don't know anybody else that does this, certainly locally.
Yeah. But I have to tell you, look, you've got multiple choices, obviously, on deciding what's going to be your ride of a lifetime. But I have to tell you, man, South Africa, for me anyway, comes pretty close. Nothing tops the hippos, but it's great to be here. Today, South Africa is one of the biggest destinations for adventure touring, and the fact that Alex is now taking bookings 24 months in advance tells you just how popular it's becoming. So look, the key to touring and experiencing the ride of a lifetime is basically to go to trade shows and meet the people who'll be taking you, whether it's here in South Africa or America or New Zealand or wherever you want to go. Just meet the people who'll take you. If you've got a bad tour guide, a dangerous tour guide, it's going to wreck your experience. But if you have a good one, you are going to have that ride of a lifetime.